JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fearless Broadcasting. My name's Pat Wilkinson, up in the booth, flying solo once again here with the Wild West Racing League here in their 4 Cup Series here at Rockingham. Krishan Elliott, apologies, in the 91, up to first. Not sure why there's a big gap between our drivers there on SDK. May reload that in just a moment here. Not sure why it's doing that, but apologies, folks. I'm trying to have this set up properly. Oh, you're kidding. Really? Forgive me, folks. Shut down iRacing live timing. Rebooted. Hope it works. It crashed on me the minute I tried loading it in. Now we'll see if this works. Hopefully. Forgive me, folks. It seems that, once again, iRacing Live Timing is going to be putting up a fight with us tonight, as I currently do not have any ability to see anything once again. Forgive me for just a minute. Thankfully, we're still in qualifying, so I have enough time to do this and try to make this work. Why again? I promise, folks, I really do not understand what the problem is every time we try to go live these days. Because clearly something catastrophic has happened here that all of this continues to just be more than happy to break every time we try to go live. Only makes it just that extra bit more frustrating. Because we're trying to bring you decent broadcasts that are, worth watching. I just had it all working, and then SDK crashed. Okay, so it is working. I have it visible on my monitor. It will not load on our screen here. There we go. Hallelujah. Apologies for that. We are now rolling here at The Rock with the Wild West Racing League, brought to you by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, Redline Radio, the Stand for Wit Foundation. And let me find my mouse here. And Raiders Wasteland. Raiders Wasteland is the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. Veteran owned and operated, Raiders Wasteland offers something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse to enjoy. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players. And there are different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE. RAIDER PvE. 110 laps to go here at The Rock with the Wild West Racing League. Pace car dives off pit road. Somebody has not left the starting zone. Green flag is out, and it's chaos already as the caution immediately comes back out. Somebody forgot to go. Is that the 007? It is the 007 of Luke Moeller. I believe. No, it might be the 111, excuse me. It is the 111 of Gene Watkinson. As he gets removed from the session. Not what anybody really wanted here. Oops, excuse me, wrong thing. Hopefully that start was the only technical glitch we're going to have tonight. Knock on wood. Of course, brought to you by those of us here at Fearless Broadcasting, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, the Fearless Setup Shop, and me, myself, here at Rock Bottom Racing. John Statkos leading the way. Krishan Elliott, or Krishan. I'm still going to mess that up, and I do apologize. Eric Gambrell, Dakota Henderson, Trace Smith, Mike Loveless, Ty Sykes, Scott Rush, Tanner Ensign, Wayne Isbell, Hunter Sr., Brady Karowski, James Napier, Brighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Billy Smith, Jimmy Evans, Zach Tyler down pit road. Not sure if he had a black flag penalty he had to serve. Very unfortunate at this early point in the race. It's always an interesting day here. Hopefully, since we have tomorrow off, we'll be able to get everything sorted out, as I'm hopefully going to sleep a lot better tonight. I've got a new bed and a new mattress, anyway, so I'm going to be sleeping like a baby tonight, I believe. Or I'll stay up half the night once again playing Need for Speed Rivals, game I've been replaying. Sadly, the servers got taken down just a couple months ago, and it's really kind of sad to kind of lose arguably one of my favorite games of all time. That was one of the first video games on a modern generation console I ever played. When my buddy gave me his old Xbox 360 for my birthday one time, back when I was 14, first thing we did was turned around, went to the local mall 10 minutes up the road to this crummy video game store called Gameplay USA. Oh yeah. And I bought Forza Horizon 1, Need for Speed Rivals, and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. And to this day, that is the most fun I think I've ever had on a gaming console. Getting to play all of those for the first time. Pace car's lights are off. We're going to go green flag for sure now this time. Green flag is out. 08 on the point. John Statcoast leads us here at The Rock. 105 laps to go here. If practice was anything to go by, it is going to be absolute carnage out here tonight as we have a caution. Billy Smith involved. This is on the start. 21 car of Billy Smith. Oh, doesn't get away clean. He gets punted by the 2 payday machine of Zach Tyler. Manages to continue on. Not sure if there was contact, but it sure kind of looked like it. 2 car does not appear to have any damage on it. Just not the way anybody wanted to start their race tonight. Excuse me, folks. I'm just trying one more quick thing. Okay, so that one. Aha, I got it back. Technical problems. Doodaloo, 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 doo. Monty Python intermission screen here. John Statcoast still leading the way. Krishan. Oh, God. I'm always going to pronounce that wrong. Krishan Elliott, Eric Gambrell, Dakota Henderson, Trace Smith, Mike Loveless, and our Ensign up to Ty Sykes, Scott Rush, Hunter Sr., James Napier, Wayne Isbell, Brady Karowski, Brighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Jimmy Evans, Billy Smith, and Zach Tyler down pit road. Everybody else staying out for the time being. Rockingham being a very difficult racetrack. Short runs, high banks, and in these Gen 4 cars, before the really heavy versions of the restrictor plate racing that we've seen here in modern day, we have unrestricted V8s in these cars, revving all the way to the tops of the tachometer at better part of 10,000 RPM. And on such a short racetrack, these cars really do get moving and grooving. As somebody is slowing down here on the front stretch. That is the 0 of Mike Presley, slowing down a lot into the entry of turn 1. Not sure what he was waiting for. Rolling Thunder ASMR, brought to you by those of us here at Fearless Broadcasting. Pace car's lights are off. We're going to try this one more time here. Second caution of the night already. Of John Stackpost, the 91 for Sean Elliott, 91 beside him. Pace car's lights are off. On the green flag, we are racing once again here. You can see just how high these cars will rev. '91 sliding down towards the bottom, getting into the slipstream of the 08, up into the wall now, off of turn 2. Rockingham being a very unique style. It's an interesting shape to begin with. Solid concrete walls on the outside, so if you hit the outside wall on the front stretch or the back stretch, you're going to be just the front stretch, excuse me. You're going to really damage up your race car here. But look how much banking there is through turns 3 and 4 as we're on board with the 08 of John Stackpost in the lead at the moment. 151 mile an hour average lap last lap. We're starting to settle in a little bit more. Just under 99 laps to go. Jump down towards the midfield here. We'll jump down to the 6th Coors machine. Chasing down the 3 of Trey Smith, under pressure from the 04 and the 0 of Scott Rush and Mike Presley behind him. Brady Kurowski in the 77 behind them, trying to make up some time here. He's falling back to the 2 of Zach Tyler behind him. God, that just sounds so good, doesn't it? Off the back stretch in turns 3 and 4, you really have to slow these cars down into the entry of turns 1 and 3 to wrangle them around these steep bank, high-speed turns. Otherwise, you will slide all the way up to the top and hit the wall. Track doesn't seem to be in terribly bad condition, though. Rubbered in nicely. Not sure of track temp currently. But we're starting to settle in here at the Rock. This is Fearless Broadcasting with the Wild West Racing League, brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, Redline Radio, the Stand for Wit Foundation, and Raiders Wasteland. Fearless Broadcasting brought to you by Puffy's Swag Shop, the Fearless Setup Shop, Goose's Rattle King Shop, and by me personally, here at Rock Bottom Racing. Jumping back up to a very hot driver at the moment, Hunter Sr., who has made up 7 places since the start. He is the highest progressing car on track at the moment. James Napier in second in terms of overall gain. He's in 6th. He is in 7th place, having gained 6. Hunter Sr. running the Tony Stewart paid job. Chasing down the Navy 46 and the Milkbone 91 in ahead of him. Starting to close in on our top 3 here. The 08 of John Stackpost is 1 1/4 seconds up and pulling through turns 3 and 4 here, losing a little time through the middle of turns 3 and 4 now. Seems to be faster on the straights and on corner exits in the entry. For Sean Elliott, an Eric Gambrell are going to need to use the most of that to their advantage. Hunter Sr. also needing to have a go at it. Okay, folks, I thought I heard my phone in my own house. Anyway. We're still green flag here for the time being here at The Rock. Dakota Henderson, not too far behind Hunter Sr. He's starting to gain up some time here. He's within about 0.6 of a second on Hunter, as we're riding on board with now. Up into these steep bankings here through turns 1 and 2, chasing down to 46 once again. This is a white-hot race we're getting to watch tonight. John Statko's starting to lose some time here for Sean Elliott in the 91. That 08, of course, leading the way. Led every lap so far tonight in the Jim Beam 08. Trying to run away with it at the moment. Not really getting a lot of opportunity to do so. He's trying to catch up to the 21 and just ahead of him. I believe that is the 21 anyway. Gene Watkinson out of the race. Luke Moeller is down 12 laps. Whoa. He may not have started. But point being, Billy Smith is the last car currently on track. He is 22 seconds behind, essentially. 24 laps this time by completed. Starting to settle in, get some good action rolling here at The Rock. John Statko, though, starting to lose some more time. He's down another 0.2 of a second to Krishan Elliott and Hunter Sr. starting to gain on them. Hunter Sr. up to third now. He's made up 8 places since the start, and he's now in the top 3. Mike Lovelace in the 68, another usually very fast driver. He's down in 6th at the moment. Currently 3.5 seconds off the leader. These cars are by no means very easy to drive, especially in these unrestricted short track and intermediate track versions, where you can really run these cars up to 9,500 to 10,000 RPM. 08 with a big slide off of turn 2. 21 running up high, letting the leaders go on by. Billy Smith is the next victim of going a lap down. 94 of Jimmy Evans next on their hit list at the moment for going down another lap. Watch the tachometer. All the way up to 9,500 on the straight, and then letting off down to about 7,000. You really need to work these cars. You really have to build up a lot of heat and pressure into them to make them work as best as possible. These short tracks really do tend to struggle for cars with such limited aerodynamics. Even with more modern cars, Xfinity cars, trucks, anything, these cars, NASCAR in general, tend to really struggle here at The Rock due to a seemingly high-speed setup, but it is very deceptive in how that works, as we have the 77 of Brady Kurowski now going a lap down. Hunter Sr. now up to second. He's made it past Krishan Elliott, looking up the inside of the 08. Will he make the move down the backstretch? All the way down the inside. Falls back a good bit, knowing he wasn't going to make the turn if he tried. Dives back under the bottom of the 91. Trying to chase down the 08. Jump to another camera here so we can stay on the action a little more consistently. 08, 20, and the 91. 46 behind them, still in the mix. 20 car down all the way to the bottom of turns 3 and into 4. blows the doors off the 08. New leader, Hunter Sr. He's made up 10 places since the start of this race, and we're only 32 laps in, and 2 cautions. '91 looking to make the move on the 08 now. 007 car blocking the way 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Everybody keeping it clean. 46 of Eric Gambrell up to 3rd now. John Stackos falling back a little bit more here. He's down to 4th at the moment. Nothing to worry about at this point. Still plenty of time left to go racing. Time to adjust your strategy here just that little bit more. Find anything that you might want to adjust in pit road. Just a little bit of tire pressure. Maybe don't take as much fuel. Maybe take more fuel. Who really knows? 46 with a big wiggle off of turn 2 will jump up to your race leader in the 20. Hunter Sr. trying to run away with it in the Tony Stewart number 20. Go back to our regular camera. 77 almost clears him out as he runs all the way up to the wall on the front stretch. 77 not sure where he was going. Well, that could have been the very big incident for the 20, especially at this point in the race. Last thing these guys want right now is a caution. Realistically, you don't want a caution at all in racing, but unfortunately it just kind of happened. Catching up to the 4 now of Brighton Coleman. Not having a great night out here, unfortunately, for him. Just unfortunately the way it goes out here at the Rock and at short track racing. If you're not first and you're not in clean air, you're in last. '91 of Krishan Elliott back up to 2nd. John Statko still down in 4th. Eric Gambrell between the 2. Mike Loveless back up to 5th. Ty Sykes in 6th. Dakota Henderson down in 7th. Tanner Ensign, James Napier duking out for 8th at the moment. We'll jump down to see some of that action. Popping inside the 44 of Tanner Ensign at the moment. They're side by side down the front stretch. All the way down to 6,000 RPM. Trying to get these cars slowed down into turns 1 and 2. We're on board with the 44 Outlaw machine. Trying to chase down the 88 Navy machine of James Napier just ahead of them. Mike Presley, Scott Rush, Wayne Isbell, Trey Smith trying to catch up to them. '77 of Brady Karowski back down pit road. Not sure if he had a problem or if he's calling it quits for the night. Hopefully he gets back out there though and back into the mix. This is Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you in part by Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, and by me personally here at Rock Bottom Racing as we watch the 88 slide all the way up to the outside wall into turn 2, keeping it as clean as he can, managing to recover. Continue on. Wild West Racing League is brought to you by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Red Line Radio, and Raiders Wasteland. Raiders Wasteland is the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. Veteran owned and operated, Raiders Wasteland, offers something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and there are different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDDR PvE. Still on board now with the 44 of Tanner Ensign. Back now in front of friend of the league, not sure if they're teammates off the top of my head, in James Napier. Scott Rush making the move on Mike Presley for 10th. Mike Presley starting to fall back a lot here, under serious pressure from the 6 and the 5. 0 of Mike Presley having to fall back, knowing that a fight at this point is not going to be the smart thing to do. But look out, here comes Hunter Sr. It appears we just missed him. There he is now in the 20. Home Depot machine on the side of your screen. One car all the way down to the apron there for just a moment. 88 down pit road. Starting to see cycles of green flag pit stops here at lap 45. The early cautions allowed folks to save just that little bit extra on their runs. We'll see how much longer Hunter Sr. is going to be able to hold out before deciding to take the plunge down pit road himself. Need to adjust how to do. Need to figure out how to adjust the camera. I gotta learn how to do that for the mixed camera option. Hopefully make things better for the live streams in the long run. 0 of Mike Presley is going to be the next car going a lap down here. Watching the fight off of turn 2 for second place between 91 and the 08. High Sykes up to 4th now after the green flag pit stops have started to occur. Eric Gambrell down to 5th. Jonah Henderson in 6th. Tanner Ensign in 7th. Wayne Isbell in 8th. Scott Rush in 9th. Mike Presley in 10th. Ray Smith, the first car lap down, in the 3. Zach Tyler, Bryton Coleman, Mike Loveless, Billy Smith, Jimmy Evans, James Napier, and Luke Moeller. 77 of Brady Karowski is still down pit road. I believe he has called it quits for the night, as Luke Moeller, who is 13 laps down. Oh, Mike Loveless is out. What happened to Mike Loveless? Mike Loveless has left the session. What happened there? That is a bummer, admittedly. Hunter Sr. still out on the racetrack, leading the way. Just shy of halfway completed. Lap 50 completed this time at the line. Still no caution yet. 20 of Hunter Sr. still trying to run as far as he can. Not sure how much longer he's going to be able to go here. Top 6 are the only cars still on the lead lap. He's about to lap Scott Rush in this pack ahead of him. Whoa, we got trouble. 007's around. Spun by the 44 and the caution comes out. And now that blows everything wide open. Let's take another look. So off of turn 2. 007 pounds the wall and just gets nudged by the 44. Not a whole lot either of them could really do in that situation. Bad spot all around for everybody involved. Third caution of the night here at the Rock. Tanner Ensign will be the lucky dog if he does not decide to pit, or if he has already pit, as we see Hunter Sr. come down pit road. 44 will maintain his position as the lucky dog as we pan across the start-finish line. A couple cars will be getting the wave around, getting their laps back, but we'll have to start at the tail end of the field. 20 of Hunter Sr. starting in the midpoint of pit road. Good stop from him. Didn't overshoot his box. Kept everything clean. He's already back off. All the way off pit road, John Stackcoast will be the next car behind him. Eric Gambrell, Krishan Elliott beat him out. Oh. Krishan Elliott up to second. Eric Embrell in third. John Stackos in fourth. Ty Sykes in fifth. Wait, what? We are jumping all over the place here. What is going on? We are still okay here, but I wanted to make sure. So we are still good. I promise we're okay. Oh dear. It's like that scene in Cars 1 where Doc Hudson races McQueen. Well, quote, races McQueen for the first time. Luigi does the whole big, we're all gonna go racing, oh my god. Everyone's so excited, we're going racing. And then, McQueen tears off and leaves the Hornet in the dust, and, they're all like, well, what are you doing, Doc? Oh dear, it seems I'm off to a poor start. Well, better late than ever. Okay. Seems that we've got everybody situated. Tanner Ensign down pit road. Pace car's lights will be off this time. Going green flag next time by. Hunter Sr., Eric Gambrell, Scott Rush, Ty Sykes, John Stackos, Krishan Elliott, Tanner Ensign down pit road. Will be starting at the tail end of the field. Billy Smith in the 21 down pit road. James Napier is out in the 88. Oh, we're going to be going one more time again. Pace car's lights are still on. Not sure if some drivers will be getting the wave around. Or if there's just some general confusion out on the racetrack, which is also possible. I mean, you never know. Pace car's lights are off. We're gonna be going green flag this time by. Not sure what the situation is, as we only have 4 cars side by side with each other. Everybody else is single file action. Top 7 are all on the lead lap. And everybody else is at least 1 lap down. Down to the 4 at least. Zach Tyler, Trey Smith, and Jimmy Evans. Zach Tyler and Trey Smith down 2. Jimmy Evans down 5. James Napier is out. Billy Smith down pit road. Mike Lovelace is out. Luke Moeller is 14 laps down. Brady Karowski is 17 laps down. Pace car dives off pit road. We're going to be going green flag. Here we go once again. Green flag is out. Here at the run. 20 with a beautiful start. 46 sliding in decision behind him. Being chased by the 1 and the 04. Tanner Ensign in the 44 behind them. You see a few lap cars in between. John Stackos in the 08 is in 6th, and Krishan Elliott in 7th. Just over halfway here. Side-by-side action off of turn 2 as we continue riding on board with the 20 of Hunter Sr., who is trying his best to run away with it at the moment. And he is already off to the races once again. 50 laps to go next time by. Down the backstretch he goes. 9,000. Just up to 9,000 RPM on the tachometer. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. Everybody keeping things clean. Past the restart zone and across the start-finish line. And into turn 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2 once again. Really running this race car as hard as he is willing to, or as hard as he can, and he is making it work for him at the moment. He is running away with it once again here at the Rock. We will jump down to Trey Smith in the 3, off of turn 2. A little higher, 91, 9200 on the tachometer. Street car on your screen in turns 3 and 4. Under pressure from a lot of cars around him, really. Nobody really nearby him. Trying to catch up to the 2 of Zach Tyler, the 4 of Brighton Coleman, the 0 of Mike Presley, and the 6 of Wayne Isbell. 2 of Zach Tyler is only... Stop, they won't tell me. He is about 5 or 6 car lengths behind the 2 and trying his damnedest to catch back up. 63 of 110 laps completed. Ray Smith still doing his best to catch back up and get back into this fight with the 4 other drivers ahead of him. Preferring, of course, not to lose more time. Then again, to lose another 3 laps on Jimmy Evans would be almost impossible, now I think about it, unless Jimmy decided to put a jet engine inside that race car of his. Not a great night for a lot of drivers out here, but just the way it's going to be going for them. Folks, apparently I'm having time tonight. Not sure what got me so discombobulated today, but we're just not having a good night. We're all fine though. Still on board now with Trey Smith, trying to catch the 2 car ahead of him. 2 cars still pulling away from Trey Smith. We'll jump back up to the 91 of Sean Elliott. 91 Milkbone Machine, down in 5th at the moment. Running a little more conservatively, trying to catch up to the 08 of John Stackhouse. Trying to conserve just that little bit more. Maybe play the long game overall. Not a bad strategy here. This track likes to chew up tires a lot worse than we've seen at places such as Bristol and other tracks in the past with this very same league. Of course, the rule of thumb at short tracks in these, at least back in the day with these cars, was if there's a caution, pit. Pit for time. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter how, pit for times. Do not want to be caught out without the same grip and the same advantages as everybody else. You have to do the best you can. Look at that, 9,500 RPM down the front stretch into turn 1. Just saw that on the tachometer. These cars were roaring back in the day, and it is a crime that we no longer have that. Eric Gambrell and Jimmy T. Evans have crashed. Caution comes back out, 4th caution of the night. Let's jump down and take a look at what happened here. Okay, so it hasn't happened yet. The 94 stops in the middle of turn 3. And then stops on the bottom of the racetrack. What is going on? Nobody getting towed back to pit road, but that draws the caution out. Not sure if that was deliberate or if he was trying to slow down for pit road and lock the brakes up. All around, just not a situation that people want to have. Everybody coming down pit road. Hunter Sr., Ty Sykes, John Statkos, Krishan Elliott, who we're on board with now, Eric Gambrell, Tanner Ensign, Scott Rush, Dakota Henderson, Wayne Isbell, Mike Presley staying out, Brighton Coleman down pit road, Zach Tyler staying out, Trey Smith, Jimmy Evans down pit road, Luke Moeller staying out in the 007. Brady Kurowski still down pit road. 20 of Hunter Sr. already back out. Will the 1 beat the 08? Off of pit road, Ty Sykes does beat the 08 of John Statkos off pit road. Krishan Elliott back in 4th. Eric Gambrell in the 46 in 5th. Tanner Ensign in the 44 back up to 6th. Scott Rush in 7th. Dakota Henderson still down pit road. May have had some damage somewhere along the way. Wayne Isbell in 9th. Mike Presley still down pit road. Oh, Mike Presley back down pit road. May have had a speeding violation. Dakota Henderson off of pit road now. Brighton Coleman passing Mike Presley now. Top 9 are all on the lead lap here. Cars getting the wave around now. Hunter Sr., Ty Sykes, Krishan Elliott, John Statkos, Tanner Ensign, Eric Gambrell, Scott Rush, Dakota Henderson, and Wayne Isbell. And we'll be going one more time. Pace car's lights are off once again. Jimmy Evans has crashed again. Not sure if he's just waiting for the pace car to come back around. Hopefully we do not have to go another lap under caution. 94 of Jimmy Evans. Seems to be really aggressive here for some reason. Not sure what he is after here, especially after unfortunately being 6 laps down. Still trying to set out the order here on the backstretch. Seems so quiet now that we're not running at full tilt, waiting for the pace car to dive down pit row. Excuse me. Pace car is off. Through the restart zone. It's on the green flag. Green flag is out. 20 spins his tires right up, but manages to get away pretty all right. 1 challenging the 08 on the outside. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Everybody on cold tires now. Front lead pack starting to pull away. A lot of guys trying to work together. Oh, one car gets sent around. Manages to recover. Keeps it going on the bottom of the racetrack. Has to get back up to speed, though, really quick. Otherwise, he's going to be left in the dust. One car, Ty Sykes, with a big moment off of turn 4. Manages to recover. Hopefully, he can get back up into the mix here. Starts falling back further. 20 of Hunter Sr. still leading the way here. Lap 77 of 110. Look how much banking there is. All the way up to 9,500. Back onto the banking again. Just shows you just how steep this racetrack truly is. It is almost, if I'm not mistaken, the same banking as Daytona, but just on a much smaller and much tighter oval. You are running 150 miles an hour, 160 miles an hour onto these curves, and that is a crazy sensation, as the 08 of John Stackhouse is starting to have some serious radio issues. Hopefully he can get that straightened back out and continue to be part of the fight for the lead. He's only a half second back. Kershawn Elliott is about 1.3, 1.4 back, tapping the wall on the front stretch, keeping things as clean as he can. 40 laps to go. 30 laps to go at the line, because I can do math. Yes, 30 laps to go. There it is. Oh boy. High school was 8 years ago, I think, at this, no, 6 years ago. I can't do math. God help me. Oh, God. Mental breakdown. 6 years ago was high school. Yeah. Perhaps I should go back, right? Right. Right. Oh, boy. Hunter Sr. still leading the way here. John Stackhouse trying to chase him down. He's still within about 0.5, 0.6 of a second. Start falling back a little bit more here. Hunter Sr. is just that good in these race cars. Doesn't matter, seem to be where. I've heard he was in the Gen 4 series before I started broadcasting here. He would show up and just destroy everybody. But there is a good gap now to the 91, who is 2 seconds back behind John Stackhouse. Will jump down to Tanner Ensign now in the 44. 5 laps to go, this time by Tanner Ensign in the WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast Gen 4, number 44 machine. Fearless Broadcasting is brought to you in part by Goose's Rattle Can Shop, the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, and by me here at Rock Bottom Racing. The Wild West Racing League is brought to you by the Stand for Wit Foundation, WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland. Raiders Wasteland is the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. Veteran owner and approved. Veteran owned and operated, excuse me. I don't know why I said approved. I'm looking at my script right here. It's all on the script. We'll go full on Robin Williams in a minute and make the rated R version of this live stream. Like he did with Mrs. Doubtfire. Raiders Wasteland is the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. Veteran owned and operated, Raiders Wasteland offers something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and there are different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Okay, apparently the camera went so fast, and the 44 went by it so quick, that it jumped straight back to the inboard camera. That was weird. Back to turns 1 and 2. Off a 2, trying to chase down the 46 now. Back into turns 3 and 4. Still trying to catch up to the 46 just ahead of him, of Eric Gambrell. He's only about 3/4 of a second ahead. Tanner Ensign could be in the top 4. 46 running way up high, 44 running the medium line through turns 1 and 2, excuse me. I don't know why I thought 3 and 4. This is why I don't do short tracks. It's like, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, start all over. At least at Daytona, there's some space. Or at Talladega. Or at Watkins Glen. Or anywhere else we might be racing. Because I don't have the full schedule memorized all the time. Hunter Sr. almost a full second ahead of John Stackhouse now in the 08. 91 of Krishan Elliott, about 1.3 seconds behind. There's a front bumper. Oh, the 77, I believe. It is the 77. Grady Kurowski, once again, with some trouble. This happened before that, so let's jump back a little bit further. Oh! This is off of turn 4. Leaders is trying to go by him. He swerves down to the bottom, swerves up high, going slow, and the 08 dumps him through the start-finish straight. Gets hooked up against the wall. Manages to wrestle it back around through turns 3 and 4. And back down pit road he comes now. I'm not sure if that was fishing for an intentional wreck, or if that was genuinely he didn't know what the 08 was doing and just made the wrong decision. Everybody coming down pit road once again here. 5th caution of the night here at The Rock. 007 with some radio issues. 007 is the only Ford Gen 4 on the track tonight. I'm surprised from this angle the 20 didn't overshoot his stall, but is okay for the moment. Needs to have a good stop here is basically everybody else. '91 with a great drop. 08 with a great drop too. Hunter Sr. beats everyone off pit road once again. John Stackhouse, Krishan Elliott, Eric Gambrell, Tanner Ensign, Ty Sykes, Dakota Henderson, Scott Rush, Wayne Isbell, Mike Presley down pit road, needs a good stop to beat the pace car, and Zach Tyler off pit road as well. Top 11 are on the lead lap. 2 will get the wave around. There he goes now. Pace car's lights are off. Gonna be going green flag this time by. Wild West Racing League brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, Raiders Wasteland, Fearless Broadcasting brought to you in part by the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, and me here at Rock Bottom Racing. Going one more time around just to make sure we have the order set. Hunter Sr. still leading the way. John Stackhouse up in second. Krishan Elliott in third. Eric Gambrell in fourth. Tanner Ensign and Ty Sykes in fifth and sixth. Scott Rush in seventh. Wayne Isbell in eighth. Zach Tyler in ninth. Dakota Henderson in 10th. Mike Presley in 11th. Top 11 are on the lead lap. Trey Smith is down 2. Brighton Coleman is down 1 in 13th and 12th, respectively. Gonna be going the green flag this time by. Pace car is off, waiting on the green. 20 with a beautiful restart. Green flag is out once again. 14 laps to go. 91 in the 08 contesting behind him. Jumping inside the 20 at the moment through turns 1 and 2, through the incredibly steep banking. All the way down the backstretch we go. Up to 9,000, all the way down the backstretch. Almost 3 wide behind them. car still pulling away here. The 08 and the 91 doing their damnedest to keep up with them. 13 laps to go. Hopefully going to stay green flag throughout the remainder of the race here. 12 to go at the line. 08 of John Statcoast trying to get that pole position back. He's already a half second behind and falling. Hunter Sr. is flying out there in this Home Depot number 20. John Statcoast in the 08 Jim Beam machine just does not seem to have the same pace that Hunter Sr. has. Krishan Elliott is already 2 1/4 back and falling from our leader in the 91 Milkbone machine. He's under pressure from the 44. Let's jump back and see some of that action. 91, 44, 46, all contesting for third now. 44 falling back. 04 of Scott Rush trying to contest the 44 now. 91, this small pack behind them. Eric and Brelton, Enzyme, Scott Rush, Wayne Isbell, and Dakota Henderson duking it out with each other. Sean Elliott still in third for the moment. 10 laps to go, 9 to go at the line. Oh, we got a spinner. Somebody's down in the grass. Wayne Isbell off the track, manages to recover, no caution. Try turning up the mic volume just a little bit more, trying to still adjust my microphone here. 2 car of Zach Tyler down pit road now. Hunter Sr. still a half second ahead of John Statcoast. Krishan Elliott is almost 3 seconds back now and falling. Still under pressure from the 46 of Eric Imbrell. 44 of Tanner Enzyme falling back just a little bit more. Not sure if he's trying to save just that little bit extra for the final few laps here. Luke Moeller off the track and back on. Still no caution. 6 laps to go at the line. Hunter Sr. still running away with it. We'll jump up to him now for the final few laps here at Rockingham Speedway. Five laps to go at the line. Still trying to run away with it is the 20 of Hunter Sr. John Statcoast in second, Krishan Elliott in third, Eric Imbrell in fourth, Tanner Enzyme in fifth, Dakota Henderson up to sixth, Scott Rush back in seventh where he started, Mike Presley in the 0 in eighth, Wayne Isbell in ninth, and Ty Sykes in 10th. Brighton Coleman going a lap down. Four laps to go, 3 at the line. Any caution from this point forward will be overtime unless we get back to the white flag. 007 starting to be a lap car once again. Not sure if he's going to cause some trouble here for the 20. Slows him down a little bit off of turn 2. Keeps it clean. 08 of John Statcoast now with the chore of getting around him. He is now a full second behind Hunter Sr. 007 was not as nice to the 08 as he was with Hunter Sr. Trying to keep the lead going here. 2 laps to go. 1.5. Through turns 3 and 4 he comes. White flag at the line, coming back no matter what. Hunter Sr. seems to be running away with it. There's the white flag. This is for all the marbles now. Nothing else matters. Hunter Sr. needs to nail 2 more turns in order to finish and win the race here at Rockingham with the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Cup Series. And he takes it. Hunter Sr., John Statkos, Krishan Elliott are your top 3 here at The Rock. Commendable effort from all 3 drivers, Hunter Sr. being the most improved car all night, 10 positions since the start of this race. What a result for him as he comes back around to celebrate here on the front stretch. Let's get him up in here. Hunter Sr., this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your volume is all the way up. Congratulations on a fantastic win here at Rockingham as we watch you begin to burn it down. What was your secret to being so dominant out there all night and being the fastest car on track for the majority of the race?
Just really putting it on the bottom and just kind of, chilling. A lot of those guys were, kind of driving it a little hard. And one of the things, like last season, I kind of preached it was, how you basically, the easier you are with this car, the faster you're going to be pretty much. And it's one of those cars that it rewards you for being patient and, taking care of the tires and stuff. And especially at this track, I'm not a fan of this track. I absolutely can't stand this place, but the right front, it just gets burnt off really hard here. And, I saw a lot of guys driving it in, and I knew immediately that if I could just, get my entrances pretty good, that, we'd have a solid chance of being able to pull it off. And got lucky that, that those cautions came when we did, because I wasn't going to make it on fuel, and I was kind of stressing there for a bit.
White flag, when that came out, must have been a saving grace, knowing that you only had to go around one more time. No more cautions, no more BS, nothing. And it ended up handing you the victory at the end there. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we sign off?
Yeah, I just want to, give a big shout out to all these guys that came in. I know last season, I know you were here, and you saw all the people we had before, all those original guys that were here, like Brighton, Scott, Tanner, Trey, all those guys. There's a lot more, Mike. But, all these new guys that are coming in, it's great to see, this group, growing. And it's a great place to race, and I have a lot of fun in, talking to these guys, and everybody's a personality, and you can enjoy, being here with them. I want to give a big shout out to my sponsor, Juicy Spider. Those guys are every league I ever go to, and, we get a chance at the top 3 to be able to shout them out. They're the reason I do this, and, I love those guys, Mike, Josh, Jared, Nick, and Donald, Andrea, Andrew, and that's a pretty tongue twister right there to put them back to back. But and Brett, those guys, every single one of them, absolutely amazing. I love every single one of them. And Splash and Go Graphics, and big thanks to you for broadcasting. I'm gonna love go back and watching this and seeing your reaction. Big thanks, and hope you enjoyed it.
I certainly did. It's always a good time to be a part of the Wild West Racing League, and thank you for joining me up in the booth tonight. Happy you had a result that you found satisfactory, and we hope to see you again sometime soon. How does that sound?
Yes, sir. I look forward to being able to talk to you more, and can't wait to see these broadcasts. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, considering how this one started and how last night's kind of went, hopefully whatever tech problems I've been having repeatedly lately start to wane off a little bit, because it's really starting to get at me, because I'm trying to do the best I can for all of you guys. So I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And you have a great night, man. Thanks again.
Always a pleasure. Thank you. That was the 20 of Hunter Sr., your race winner. Let's get John Statkos in here in second place in the 08. John Statkos, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me? John?
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
How you doing,
John,
Pat?
congratulations on a commendable second place finish there. What kind of happened there with the 007 on that last few laps there? Seems like he
I,
gave you a pretty hard time.
well, yeah, I don't know. The 20 kind of had the same little bit issue, but he moved a little bit. He said something to him, but I guess he just wanted to get down a little bit. I wasn't sure where he was going to go, so I thought he was going to drop low a bit. So I kind of went high, and then he started drifting up. But he did this before too. When I was leading the race earlier, he did the same thing. So whatever. Anyways, we got away unscathed.
Very much so, and seemed to work out for you pretty well all night. Started in first and finished second, albeit by a second and a half at the end. Regardless, a fantastic effort from you out there tonight in the 08 Jim Beam machine. Is there anything
Thanks,
else
sir.
you'd like to add?
No, thank you very much for the broadcast. I didn't thank you last time because I didn't know we were being broadcast. So, and thank you for everything. I've watched a few of the Fearless broadcasts, and they're fantastic. So, thank you very much, and thank you to the racers. They're pretty good.
Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. And hopefully you enjoy watching this one back, despite the small tech issues at the beginning. Again, as I was explaining to Hunter and to the viewers at home, I really hope that whatever is going on fixes itself soon, because I should not have had to reinstall Discord, OBS, iRacing timing, and iRacing again.
Wow. Yeah, I hope you figure it out and get it all sorted out. Make your life easier. That's for sure.
Believe me, I'd appreciate it too at this point.
Good stuff,
But
buddy. Thank you very much.
thanks for joining me, and of course, thank you for, of course, supporting the channel and our broadcasts and stuff. And hope to see more of you
Yeah,
next time. How does that sound?
sounds fantastic. We'll talk later.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Ciao.
Let's see if we can get our third place finisher, Krishan Elliott, up in here. Krishan Elliott, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Do you got me?
Yes, I do.
Krishan, very respectable effort out there tonight. Unfortunately, you finished in third, and you just kept getting beat on those restarts by the 20. What was kind of the issue on your end, do you think? Were you spinning up the tires? Were you missing shifts? What was kind of going on there?
I think it was more. I don't really race these cars often, so I always forget how loose they can be on the restarts. I think I'm just shifting too late, and it's just causing me to just get up to speed a lot slower. Definitely something I'm going to need to work on because, yeah, that was like the one thing I struggled with tonight, other than not having enough horsepower like the 20 and the 08 did tonight.
Yeah, that does seem to be a problem here. As we were watching in some of the onboard cameras, we were seeing some of the guys come up to 9,500 RPM here on the front stretch through the start-finish straight. And some guys only getting up to 89 and 9,000 on the back. Just sometimes not the race you want, but hey, you still finished third place. You started second. I'd say that is a hell of an effort, and congratulations.
Thank you. Hopefully, we can keep this momentum going into Las Vegas next week, and keep on knocking out these podiums.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Just would like to thank my teammates, Jimmy, Brady, Trey, and Luke and Brady. It's always fun racing with them, and again, racing with all the Wild West guys like usual. It was fun racing Tanner at the end there, and and like I always say to you every single time, thank you for doing the broadcast, and I can't wait to watch it back.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And hope to see more
Thank
of you
you.
next time. Well, folks, you have spent another perfectly good hour, and I think and a half, here with us at Fearless Broadcasting. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast once again, and I do apologize for the tech issues I have been repeatedly having. I cannot stress this enough. I do not understand what is going on my end that is causing these issues, but hopefully they do get resolved soon. I have been working as best as I can with the time I have available to do so. So we appreciate you staying through the broadcasts and watching them regardless. This has been the Wild West Racing League, brought to you by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland. Raiders Wasteland is the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. Veteran owned and operated, Raiders Wasteland offers something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and there are different maps to explore. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This has been Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you by the Fearless Setup Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, and by me here at Rock Bottom Racing. We appreciate you all coming out to watch on this beautiful Wednesday night, and until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Thank you.